breaking ball in there for a strike. Pitch misses there, and the count is even 2-2. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Next to hit, Geraldo Perdomo. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Perdomo, a former All-Star, hitting third in the lineup, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. 2 out, space is empty. Next offering is in for a strike. Goes down looking for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the first.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back here in L.A. and on the hill in this one, Corbin Burns.
The opposing hitters are going to see a lot of cutters. This guy can throw it to the front side of the plate, the back side of the plate, so you're really not able to cheat to get the fat part of the bat on the baseball.
We go to the bottom of the first. Here's Shohei Ohtani. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. Burns, a Northern California native, he was a 4th-round pick out of St. Mary's, where he played alongside an outfielder who eventually made it to the majors. Yeah, that guy's name was Tony Gonsolin, made it as a pitcher. And they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
Line drive, and that's a fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
That was maybe even a little off the plate, but no problem getting the barrel to it. Man, he does such a nice job. That's what you're supposed to do with the pitch in that location.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. So here's Kyle Tucker now. Bounce to Santana. He steps on the bag. 1 gone, bottom half of the first.
Batting third.
Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Mookie Betts in the box now. No balls and a strike. And that's just foul. No score here, but a runner at third with 1 down. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Gassed it right by him.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. And ball one.
One ball, no strike.
And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Just missed. That misses, and that's ball three. Will Smith in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Throw on to Santana, and that will end the inning. One left for L.A., scoreless after one. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the catcher, Gabriel Moreno. Yamamoto back to work. Fastball for a strike.
Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
Right side, hard hit. Rojas with the throw to first. And a quick out, number one.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Nolan Arenado at the plate. Arenado, guy who delivers big-time power at the dish and will probably go down as one of the greatest defensive third basemen of all time. That catches the outside corner. Strike one. And speaking of that defense, it's hard to imagine that in high school, Arenado shared the left side of the infield with another elite defender, Matt Chapman, at El Toro High School in California. And a curve misses outside.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Way outside, and the count is 2-2.
Well, he might have to look for a different put-away pitch right here, 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times in this at-bat, so might have it timed up and ready for it.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Smith makes the play, and there's two down.
Batting sixth, first baseman, Carlos Santana.
And now it's the switch hitter, Carlos Santana. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And makes the play, and that's out number three. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And we're back. And now Will Smith.
Catcher, Will Smith.
There's a strike, 95 of that one.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Ripped to first, caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. Burns, multi-time All-Star. He throws a cutter, a curve, a slider, a changeup, and he works in a sinker. Nothing here in the bottom of the second. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a pitch. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That's off the mark. The count now 2-2.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Goes down looking.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well, but for some reason he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
And now Teoscar Hernandez.
1 ball, no strike.
Fought off foul. Two outs. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
On the ground to third. And the Dodgers are set down in order. Nothing across here this half. We played 2 full. We're tied 0-0. All set for the start of the inning. And now it's Josh Naylor. And that one lifted in the air center field. Pajes makes the grab, 1 away.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
Alec Thomas now. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Pajes hauls it in for the out. And a couple of quick outs.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. That one fouled off. Top of the third, no score. Lifted in the air, right field. Tucker brings it in. And that'll do it. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Back here in Chavez Ravine, bottom of the inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pajes. Foul ball there. Ground ball right side and foul ball. That one way outside, and the count 1-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. In time to get him, one away in the strikeout. Chris, as we look back at the pitch sequence, he hadn't seen that curveball at all. How tough is it to adjust to something like that with a bunch of break when you haven't had a look at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're dialed up for something firm. You never want to take a called third strike as a fastball, so you're going to be a little anxious before you recognize the pitch. And right there, clearly didn't see what was coming.
Miguel Rojas at the plate. On the ground, right side, Marte. In plenty of time to first, and there are 2 outs.
Now batting.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup got that hitter to roll over.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. Check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle.
Now batting.
Runner at first with 2 away. Here's Kyle Tucker. He's 0 for 1. Burns with a move to first. Ohtani back in.
If it were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Line drive. He's got it. And that is out number 3. So 1 hit is all they get. 3 innings complete. No score. Back here in L.A., John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And set to lead off the 4th, Ketel Marte. And there's a ball. Just missed.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
Up the middle. Finds its way through, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
He was all over that one. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Go ahead run on base. Corbin Carroll stands in now for the Diamondbacks. First pitch misses.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hard the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
And the 1-0. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
And now, Geraldo Perdomo. Base hit right field. Here comes Marte around third. He's safe on the board first. It's 1-0.
Big RBI for him right there. There are a lot of nicknames people have attached to hits like that. Blooper, flare, duck snort, lawn dart, etc. But whatever you want to call it, it's a knock. And those are the ones that'll make you smile as a hitter just about every time.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Breaking ball misses down and away. Ripped, but it curls foul. Runners on the corners, no outs. That's too low. And the count's even at 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Right side. Tucker makes the play. Runner tags from third. Plays the play. Not in time. He's safe. And they lead by 2.
There you go. Nice little RBI there. It's a great at bat. Got the job done.
Nato comes in to take his cuts. He popped out his first time. Just missed. Arenado, a former Gold Glove winner, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he was a second-round pick back in 2009. In the dirt. And another ball.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
He did not take the bat off his shoulder the entire at bat.
2 on, 1 out. Carlos Santana stands in now for the Diamondbacks. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Pitch misses. Ball 2.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, hauls it in for the out.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Here's Josh Naylor. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. That's a strike.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
1-1 now. And strike 2. Perdomo. The lead runner at second, Arenado. On at first with 2 down. And that one hit to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Diamondbacks 2 and the Dodgers nothing. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Mookie to hit.
Shortstop, Mookie Betts.
There's a strike to Mookie.
You know, these Dodgers, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Ball, slow.
Next offering upstairs.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
Turns and fires to Betts. Battling here as he fouls it away. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. And it beats him for the first out after the drop third strike.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate. People at home watching it thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
So now it's Freddie Freeman. Grounded out his first time up. There's a strike.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
And that one fouled off. One down, base is empty.
Ball 1.
Lifted in the air down the left side. That gets down for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. That could be a dangerous pitch if you don't get it inside enough, because as a hitter, you see it coming across the plate the whole way. No problem handling it and putting a good swing on it that time.
One down. Will Smith to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Pitch misses outside, and that's ball 1.
No strike.
Right through there for a strike.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
Nice grab. Off balance feed. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Diamondbacks 2 and the Dodgers nothing.
This is what I'm made for. Every single moment that I'm living, I can feel it on the stage floor. You don't know the half of what I feel.
Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the center fielder, Alec Thomas.
Here's a fun fact. Dodger Stadium was also the home of the Los Angeles Angels for 4 years in the 1960s while they waited for Anaheim Stadium to be built. When the Angels were playing games at home, instead of Dodger Stadium, they called it Chavez Ravine Stadium.
Bunting, and it's in the air. Stretches out and hauls it in. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Swing and a high fly ball left field. That's out number 2.
Now batting, second baseman, Ketel
So the batting
Marte.
order turns over. Ketel Marte up to the plate. Close, but called the ball. And it's 1-0. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. That's in there, and it's 1-1. And that's downstairs and outside. That's out to center field. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's Muncy to hit.
Max Muncy.
Burns back to work. Tap foul at the plate. One thing with Max Muncy, and it'll be interesting to see what he throws here. He hammers the fastball.
You know, these Dodgers need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Got him. Larry Bullard rings him up.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Grounded out his first time. So the Dodgers are going to have to try and come from behind and try and get that offense going. The 1-0. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Carroll hustling after it. Drops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
Well, this tends to happen more often in this park than others, and that short fence is just so inviting for hitters. You see a lot of balls bounce over for an automatic double when no one can run it down.
1 out, runner at second. And now the center fielder, Andy Pajes. He's 0 for 1. Line drive, base hit. Runner around third. Here's the throw to the plate, but it's offline. He will score. It's 2-1.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
1 down, runner at first. Now here is Miguel Rojas. Just missed. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
And fouled off. And that's in the dirt.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher. But if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Outside with a breaking ball.
So here we go. Base runner at first. Could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag and get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Swing and a ball popped up. Marte should have it. Pulls it down, and there's two gone.
Now batting, designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Shohei Ohtani. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
One ball, one strike.
Just missed.
If you're going to miss, you want to miss outside the zone. When you miss inside the zone, it's trouble.
Next offering is fouled back. Tying run is at first. Last half of inning number 5. Got him. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. 5 innings complete. It's the Diamondbacks 2 and the Dodgers 1. Back here at Dodger Stadium, top 6, and now it's going to be Corbin Carroll. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. And that skips in the dirt.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately, you either have it or you don't.
And there's 1 away.
Well, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him. There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-2. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Hit in the air, left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out.
Catcher,
2 up, 2 down.
Gabriel Moreno.
2 outs, base is empty. Gabriel Moreno stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Jumps, throws, and that's a nice play to end the inning. Nothing doing here this half. 2, 3, 4, 2 up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Diamondbacks 2 and the Dodgers 1. Well, we go bottom 6. Now the number 2 hitter, Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. And another ball. Hard ground ball, base knock. Makes the turn. He's digging for second. Here comes the throw. Safe at second with nobody out, and he represents the tying run.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that. Now a pretty big at-bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Mookie now. Sliced hard but foul. With the go-ahead run at the plate here in the bottom of the sixth. And that is out of play. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Now batting.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. 1 for 2.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason to pitch to this guy right here. You nibble, you see if he'll expand his zone, but don't give him anything to hit. If you walk him, not a big deal. You have a double play opportunity set up.
Swing and a high fly ball pulled foul, and that's out of play. Oh, and 2 now as he swings through it. 1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. And that one is inside.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Man at second. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 8. So back-to-back strikeouts now, and they still haven't managed to do anything with the leadoff double.
Yeah, Boog, and you just don't want to get careless here. You've done a really good job to get 2 outs after that leadoff double, as you mentioned, and just got to execute your pitches, and it's a non-issue.
And up to the plate is Will Smith. 0 for 2 in this one. And there's a strike.
I feel with the way that Will Smith is able to handle the bat, control the bat head, he's very capable of finding green space and driving in that run.
The next pitch misses, and the count is 1-1. Tucker at second with 2 down. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. And it's in time for the 3rd out, so that'll end the inning. So they work around the leadoff double. We're through 6 full. It's the Diamondbacks 2 and the Dodgers 1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Blake Trinan.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's Nolan Arenado. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Edwin Diaz looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Scott, the lefty, warming up as well. Hit on the ground to the right side. Freeman takes it to the bag. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, first baseman Carlos Santana.
Next up for the Diamondbacks, Carlos Santana. Trinan in his 11th season, 36 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Kansas. And that misses. And that is ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away here in the top half of inning number 7. And another ball. And that's in for a strike. Just missed. fouls one away, and now 3-2. One down, base is empty. Got him looking. That was pretty nasty.
Oh, that's almost just not fair with that pitch. I mean, until the very last second, looked like it was going to be well in off the plate, but the arm side run brought it right back to catch the corner. Tell you what, frustrating as